Welcome to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. This is your go-to resource for personal growth, mastering communication, and influencing and persuasion techniques that will help you unleash the full potential of yourself and others. Here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Welcome to another episode of the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and NLP. And I want you to consider something before you start listening to this episode. What is something that you would like to do that just brings so much joy and fulfillment to other people? What activities make you feel powerful and deeply satisfied? Which of your skills are people most drawn to? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? And how can you truly serve others while fulfilling your own needs? I think if you reflect on these questions and the others that I'm going to share, then this can guide you toward a clear or more clear understanding of your own unique purposes. Because I'm sure there's many experiences, there's many moments that you have had in your life that brought you so much joy and so much fulfillment. So when we're talking about finding your purpose, you want to consider that your purpose is going to help so many other people. And maybe there's some other things that you want to consider. So during this episode, I'm going to go over some different questions that you can consider so that at the end of this episode, hopefully you have a much clearer picture with clear sounds and a good feeling about what your purpose truly is. I can't guarantee that you're going to find your purpose just by listening. However, if you start to think of things that you've never considered yet, you may easily and effortlessly find your purpose. Because we're not limited by the things that we want to do and cannot do. We're often limited by the things that we haven't even considered yet. So maybe you haven't truly considered your purpose in this way. If you already found your purpose, great. You can use this episode to enhance it even more. So listen to these questions and answer them. You can even write down your answers so that you have them, or feel free to listen again to the episode. So the first questions I mentioned, these are really important to finding your purpose. So think of an activity that makes you feel powerful and deeply fulfilled and satisfied. Something that you just seem to lose track of time in. What's something that you do, and when you do it, you can truly just connect with yourself and it motivates you. It excites you. You have some sort of passion, some sort of interest, some activity that makes you just lose track of time. And reflect on that moment when you felt this fulfillment. What were you doing? Who were you helping? And what pattern was there that shows you that you truly, truly like this? Because a lot of times we focus on different failures. However, how often do you think of when you were truly helping another person and you were motivated and excited to do that? And maybe you're thinking that, well, that activity, it was just kind of a hobby and I lost track of time. What can I do with that? How is that can be my purpose? Well, what am I going to do? How am I going to make money from this? How can I make an impact from this? That's what the rest of the episode is going to do. However, when you think about it, there's been so many students, so many clients, so many people that I've spoken to over the years when I got really serious about investing in myself and personal development. They always think this same thing. However, this is truly just a belief that you have. Because if you have a hobby, and if you're willing to teach this, and you're willing to surround yourself with people who want to grow and people who want to think differently, you only need to be one step ahead to teach other people to do this. So maybe once you listen to this episode, one of your purposes could even be teaching others how to achieve their purpose. And you can tie what you do into that. So this is also something to consider. It's actually quite interesting, isn't it? That's why I don't script anything when I make these episodes. I just start talking and communicating on the topic, because I think of so many wonderful things. They help me as I'm talking. I think of different things about my purpose, for example, as I'm speaking about this. So for the first question, besides the ones that I already mentioned, the kind of first official question of this episode is, what problems do I feel passionate about solving? So is there a certain problem that you feel passionate about solving? This will truly help you find your purpose. Are there certain people that you've been around? Is there a situation that you can think of in the past where someone was speaking to you and you solved their problem and it was so fulfilling for you and you felt like you served that person in such a way that really helped them? And they said, you know what, just by speaking to you, I really changed my thinking. I changed my life. I feel like I can put a whole new effort and attitude into everything that I do. And it seemed easy and it seemed effortless for you. It didn't feel like it was hard work. That's the whole thing about a purpose. You're going to feel fulfilled when you're doing it. It doesn't seem like hard work. So the next question is, who benefits the most when you are fully engaged in your work? So maybe you notice that when you're fully engaged in something that you really, really enjoy doing, that you benefit, you feel so fulfilled. However, other people, when you're engaged in this, if they're around you, you have such a good energy that they're benefiting, that you can also serve others. So think about who are all the people that could benefit from something that you get fully engaged in, that you're passionate about, that you can just get lost in. You don't have a sense of time. You just feel so good while doing this. Who benefits the most from this? Or you can think about, what are the common themes, or what are some things that you are often complimented for? Because if you haven't found your purpose yet, there's probably things that when you're telling certain things to different people, they think, wow, that's really cool. How long have you been doing that for? They start asking you questions about it. They give you compliments. They're curious. They're excited about learning more. So in my example, I can talk about hypnosis to people. If people ask me what I do, I just say I do hypnosis. Depending on the person, I may tell who I help, what problems do I feel passionate about solving. I may say it in a different way depending on the person, if I think they're going to be receptive to hypnosis or not. However, when I say hypnosis, most people are naturally curious, and most people start telling a story about someone that they know who did hypnosis, someone that they know who had success from hypnosis, where they saw hypnosis before. They start to share their personal experience with hypnosis. And other people, when I can tell they're not so interested, they start asking me a bunch of detailed questions about it, where I'm thinking, okay, instead of just telling me they think it doesn't really work or they don't believe in it or whatever it is, they just start asking me, well, what certifications do you have for this? Do you have a degree in this? And they bring up other things that don't really have so much to do with the benefits of hypnosis. And so I will start to tell them, I don't answer those questions so directly. I tell them, no, I don't have a certain degree in this. However, this is what it does for people, and this is why I truly do it. I tell them my purpose. I tell them the benefits of it, as opposed to staying on the things that aren't really going to help someone learn more about it. I'm not saying I'm trying to sell this to someone when they're just simply asking me questions and I'm meeting someone. And, you know, when you meet someone, you talk about what you do for a living, what you enjoy, all of these things. However, I like to put a spin on it to show people that this is my purpose. I enjoy doing it. So this is something that you want to consider. What are you complimented for? What common themes or things that you do or that you see when people are talking to you that they're actually interested in? And if you can fulfill other people and serve others and also feel fulfilled yourself, this may in fact be your purpose. So another question that you can ask yourself are, what are some strengths that you have, or how can you use your strengths to make a difference? So what are some of your strengths that you have? Maybe you're really good at speaking to people. Maybe you're really good at telling stories. Maybe you're really good at teaching in front of groups. Or maybe you're really good at starting things and finishing things. Whatever it is, think about some different strengths that you have can really make a difference to other people around you, not just yourself, not just your family, maybe your community, maybe the country, maybe the world, whatever it is. So what are some strengths that you have that really make a difference? Or what causes do you feel strongly about? And how can you contribute. So is there something, some belief that you have, some cause that you really feel would change the world, and you can then contribute in your own unique way? It kind of goes back to the first question: what problems do I feel passionate about solving? So if you feel strongly enough about something and you're compelled to do something with motivation, with passion, with leadership, anything like this that goes with putting in good effort, then you can really connect with what truly motivates you and excites you. And at the same time, this will help you also solve a problem that you feel strongly about. And this will show you that you can easily make a difference and you can contribute in your own unique way that solves a problem for many people. The next question: in what ways can my current skills be applied to serve others? That's what I'm saying. We're not trying to sell our purpose to anyone. We have our purpose. We're going to be fulfilled no matter what. So think about what skills do you have and how can you apply these skills to serve other people? If you know the skills that you have and you can apply these to teach other people, create success with other people, and chances are this could be something that is your purpose. It can be easy and effortless for you as well. You won't even have to think about it. Because remember, this is something that you do that you just lose track of time. You don't even think about it unconsciously. The whole time you're so focused, you're concentrating on it, and it just feels amazing to do. The next question: what legacy do you want to leave in the world? So if you were no longer here, what would you want people to remember you for? How would you have helped these people? And what would you have been doing to help them? Me personally, I like to do hypnosis. I like to teach hypnosis. I like to share it with many people because I believe the more people that know hypnosis, the world is going to be a better place. Because many of the things that are going on in the world today, it's because this is how we collectively think. Our limitations, or we're not resolving our problems. So this is all the thinking that's put in together. This is how many of the things happen in the world today. And I believe the more people that know hypnosis and the more people that can use it to solve their problems and focus on what they want, it's going to help the world. It's going to leave a legacy in the world. So I do that through teaching. I do that through coaching people. I do that through making all of this content that this will stay around forever for whoever wants to listen to it, for whoever wants to share it. I will always have access to this and I can share it with whoever I want. And one of the other ways that I want to do that is I write books. So that's the thing. A lot of times people, you'll know nothing about them and all of a sudden you read their story. You hear how they may have struggled with the same problems that you've had. And they write this in a book. And then all of a sudden, once you read one of their books, you notice they have other books. And once you notice they have other books, you're excited and curious to learn more about those other books. I'll actually have a new book coming out in November called The Transformative Power of Hypnosis. If you want to read it before it comes out, I can give you a free copy. Just send me an email or contact me in some way that'll be in the description of this episode, and I'll get you a free copy. In exchange, I would just like your feedback and for you to leave a review on Amazon so it can help get in the mind of many other people. So what kind of legacy do you want to leave? What things are you going to do to leave a legacy? I want to leave a legacy behind to show that I was pushing the boundaries on hypnosis and I was curious about it. I was always wanting to learn more, and I'm sharing that information with the world. So I think this is really important to consider because we're often limited by the things that we haven't considered yet. So what's something that you can consider about your legacy that will truly help people and will have them thinking, wow, this person was amazing. I'm so glad I got to meet them, or I wish I could have met them. Have you ever heard that question? It's like, if you could spend 10 minutes with anyone or have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be? Now, of course, a lot of people are going to choose their family. So if it's not your family, for example, who would that be? You often think about someone you know, that left some sort of legacy behind, that really left an imprint on your mind. And you have the ability to do that too. You have the ability to do everything that you want, and you deserve it. You deserve to make other people feel that way, because the next question is, how do you feel when you help others succeed? So think about that, and this will help you design your purpose and design your ideal reality and create your ideal future. How do you feel when you help others succeed? And when you're teaching others, or you're helping others in the way that you want, with your purpose, you're going to feel so good while you're doing it. And they're going to feel so good getting that help. They're going to say things like, wow, thanks so much. You really changed my life. I remember when I went to learn hypnosis and NLP, I had many problems. So I went to that training to work on my own personal development. I wasn't even considering doing hypnosis or NLP or anything for a profession yet. However, I was limiting myself because I wasn't considering it yet. And I told the trainer at the end of the training, and I said, you know what? I want to tell you thanks so much for doing this training, and you really helped me change my life. I really feel like I can do so much more than I thought I could do before this. And he said, thank you, I appreciate that. He said, but there's really no need to thank me. You decided to be here. You were special. You decided to make these changes. You put in the effort in your mind. You gave your best effort and attitude on everything that you were learning here, and it's showing, and you're going to continue to do that. It always stuck with me. Even as I'm talking about it now, I I'm smiling. I feel really good about it. So what is something that you can do that's going to help others? So this trainer, he was able to get these results with his students because he truly cared, and he felt so good by helping them. And he wasn't even willing to take any of the credit. He just wanted to show other people, look, we have this information. We can use this information to change our mind, and this information can change the world. And look at how he made me feel. Look at how he made me feel. Just as you're listening to this, I'm still thinking about it, and it feels great knowing that I made a decision to make changes in my life, and that was his purpose, and he was kind of passing that along to me. It's almost like he was suggesting to me, like, look, if you want to, you have the opportunity to do the same thing. So I'm not saying that you're going to do it with hypnosis or anything like this. However, you have the opportunity, and maybe people are already telling you this, things like this, where they're just like, wow, thank you so much. You taught me this. I had this conversation with you, and I was listening to you, and I see you doing all these wonderful things online. Maybe it's someone just happened to see a video online, and they just tell you, wow, you truly changed my life speaking about this. Maybe someone has told you this before. So think of that feeling and really notice what you saw, what you heard, what you felt when that happened. And this will help you to truly find your purpose. If you've ever had moments like this, this is a really easy way to find your purpose. And another thing, what activities that you do, which activities make you feel like you're contributing to something larger than yourself? So for me, that's hypnosis. It makes me feel like I can help anyone. I can make the world a better place. I can make myself better. I can make the people around me better, my community better, the world better. So what is something for you where you can make yourself better? It makes you feel like you're contributing to others, to your community, to the world. What's something that makes you feel there's something that you may do? And maybe you think that's just a hobby. However, you can turn any hobby into something that you enjoy doing that'll allow others to also benefit from it. There's so many people nowadays with social media that do all kinds of random things, but they're truly impacting and helping so many others. And that brings to the last question. What would you do if money or time or whatever resources, energy were no object, and you could focus purely on impacting others or creating an impact? What is it that you would do if none of those things mattered? Because a thing with a purpose, a thing with solving our own problems, a thing with really doing anything that we want to do. As people, we're always going to do what is important to us. We never make excuses for the things that are important to us. So if money, time, energy, a lot of those things, that's usually what we make excuses for. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't want to put all this energy, all my resources into this. So if none of that mattered, if you didn't have any excuses on anything and you focus purely on making an impact and creating an impact on others, what would you do? That's the thing. What would you do? Regardless if I ever get any business from this specific podcast episode, I've enjoyed speaking about it. And my whole goal is to create an impact for others to truly find what they want to do. So hopefully this experience of listening to this episode has helped me make a positive impact on you, so I could focus on making an impact on you. And now that you know this, you can then go make an impact on yourself and those people around you. And for me, that would be the most amazing thing if, like I mentioned earlier, if I got a comment from someone and they told me that, you know what, this episode, it really helped me succeed. So even if one person or many people, it doesn't matter how many, if someone told me this episode really helped me succeed and it really helped others succeed, then I serve my purpose for making this episode. That's the whole idea with any of these episodes. When I'm talking about things that I enjoy speaking about, I just want people to truly feel like it helped them, that made an impact. It caused them to think differently. They considered things that they haven't considered yet. Because imagine what you could do, how you could impact others, where you could solve their limitations about something. They maybe thought that they couldn't do something that you can do, and you can merely show them how to do it. And they feel so good because you're able to teach them and show them in some way. Maybe you don't know the exact way yet. However, if you do know something that is your purpose now, what you can do is you can ask your unconscious mind, lay down for a few minutes, let's say 10 to 15 minutes, and ask yourself, your unconscious mind, build trust with it, build rapport with it, like you're building rapport with another person, you're building a nice relationship with another person, a beneficial relationship. Ask your unconscious mind, how can I share my purpose easily and effortlessly, or how can I share this with others? How can I create success with my purpose easily and effortlessly? And notice the answers that come. And then implement those and tell your unconscious mind to deliver the results. Have this little purpose meeting with the unconscious mind so you can show your unconscious mind that you deserve it all and more. And when you deserve it all and more, so will the people around you. And that's the whole idea. That's the purpose. That's what you can do. Can you not? So thanks so much for listening. Wherever you are listening, go ahead and rate the podcast. That really helps it get into the mind of so many other people. I'd love to hear your feedback. So if you have something to share and you really felt like this helped you, definitely let me know. I'd love to have a conversation about why it helped you. I would love to connect on things like this. So always reach out, even if you want to have a conversation about something good. It doesn't mean that you ever have to buy anything that I offer. That's not what this is about. I would prefer to leave a nice legacy behind and have people feeling really good. And the more people that are feeling good, the more good information is going to be shared throughout the wonderful world that we are living in together. We're all connected, so we all might as well share all the knowledge and all the things that we have so we can all feel good. Thanks so much for listening. Again, rate the podcast wherever you are listening. And I hope to see you on the next episode.